All right. What up, YouTube? This is your boy, like one half Enduro. Now, I do have a video. I have one video already to explain my thoughts per se in a more concise situation, and I have another video that you will see sooner or later. I'm kind of taping this before the video comes out about what I think about the Steam Deck as well. But again, that's just more precise and more just thinking about it in a way. This is more like of an NCAST, like kind of talking and whatever, and just getting, was trying to get a lot of people in. Didn't happen, so I got Anderson with me. So
how do you do?
it's all right. So I'm gonna let me go and put it on the screen. So the Nintendo Switch dock. Sorry, not dock. Nintendo Switch OLED model. All right, what were your initial thoughts, Anderson? Just again.
My thoughts were a lot of people are just gonna be pissed that it's not exactly the Switch Pro 4K. And then my other side was, even so, people are still gonna try to get it. And my personal side was, neat. I'll get it sooner or later.
Okay. So for me, Anderson could contest to this. At first, I was like, not really. I don't think I need it. But it changed my mind for me getting the Switch OLED. Again, there's certain things, but not a lot of things. One was the library that I have for the Switch. And I learned from my Dreamcast, you could never have enough backup consoles just in case of shit.
Nope, you cannot.
Because we learned when the consoles go out of sale, i.e. like the Wii U, i.e. like the 3DS, now that whatever, now those consoles are crazy prices. Brand new, of course, not refurbished, brand new. They're like $1,000 for a Wii U and about $400 or $500 for a 3DS. I got lucky, as I showed you guys. I got my 2DS XL. It's in my closet. Has it been open? Of course it is open because I gotta make sure the freaking thing works. Other than that, not touched at all. That's mostly that's literally mostly for a backup because I got a lot of DS games, DS and 2DS, 3DS games. Sorry. So for me, oh hell yeah, I'm gonna get it. So and the Wii U now, that's just pricing still crazy. Go figure.
The console people hated on, but now are lamenting.
And again, funny. Most of the concept of the Steam Deck comes from the Wii U as well. Funny how that works too, ain't it?
But remember, this is Nintendo. It's not the Divinity, the Master Race affiliation.
Got you. So like I said, honest, again, for me, I like the new dock look. I only get it, like I said, I got it as just to help with my library to have a backup console. Now, the OLED screen, like I said, it's not gonna do that much stuff to make it whatever, but it is it's a small move by Nintendo because what? It will make their games pop because they use colors.
Their games, a lot of indie games, and certain third parties, if they got a brain. Sure, it's not 4K, but hey, if it looks nicer, it looks nicer.
With the with the chip shortage and everything, this would be a better
method or move.
this is the best move they made. It just is. Now,
Yep.
is the inside the only thing on the inside other than the screen being an OLED and having 64 gigabyte internal yeah. That right there is the only thing that's upgraded.
Everything else is pretty much the same. Battery life varies.
Mm-hmm. It varies, but it might be enhanced a little bit because of how some OLED screens work. It might be better.
Yeah. I mean, this is not the first time they've done something like this. You know, we got the Game Boy Advance, and then we got the SP with the backlit screen. You don't need that little weird light attachment to it.
That's true.
We went from the DS to the DS Lite, 3DS to the XL to new to the 2D.
Yep. And then you have the adjustable screen. I mean, stand, more better stand and everything. Okay, for those who want it, I'm not knocking it. It's needed because the original one was kind of flimsy. It never followed with me. But again, remember I showed that video of seeing it doing the whole hard. I'm like, why are you doing that? That's just you just being the dicks about it.
That reminds me, just as an aside, you heard about some attack on some kind of server, cluster of servers, which affected the PSN, Xbox Live, and Steam?
Well, I have not heard about it, but I'm not surprised about it. Now, also, they have a built-in wire LAN port in there for those games that you guys want to have. So if you want to play your Smash or your Fortnite or whatever, there's a built-in wire LAN is in there now. I know I've seen people saying about, oh, well, I have the dock. I already had my which I do too, have a wire LAN stuff from the Wii U. Yeah, but these are people who never had that. And they're not selling these things like before. So this is a welcome for those people. That's just what it is. Sorry, go ahead.
I'm saying, yep.
Now, the only reason I'm getting the white Joy-Con, the white Switch, because it will look very, very sexy with my Samus. Can't lie. It looks very sexy with my Metroid Dread.
Well, your Samus and your Me amiibo, you lucky bastard. That's also something. That's also something that I like. Is that that's the game they use to show off the OLED Dread. Again, people, if this game isn't the best-selling Metroid title of all time, at about 5 million or so, you no longer get to talk.
Anderson's correct. And I do have a video for those who I do have a video on my channel that if you are not a retro head, you don't care for the old games for what it is, I give you a list of how to get into Metroid and the way to play the games. If you want a story, Kanana.
Funny enough, a good way to get most of those games is to get the Switch's predecessor.
Yep.
And what was that?
And then the top sellers on the Switch and the Wii U online. Last time I checked on the Wii U online, yep, they're the top sellers. I'm like, dang, they're not joking. At all. Again, if you want to do, of course, get Zero Mission.
Fusion.
No, Prime 1, Prime. It goes Zero Mission, Prime 1.
Prime you're talking about the. Oh, you're talking about the order.
Yeah.
Yeah, Zero Mission, the Prime trilogy.
Again, we know 4 gonna fit in there, but we don't got that, so you can't play. So I don't. That's why I didn't count it in the video because we don't have it. Excuse me.
I know that also includes Federation Force people. I know, suck it up. And Hunters.
Hunters is after the trilogy as well. It basically fits between 1 and 2, but it's not perfectly a thing. But I mostly put it in between Prime 1 and Prime 2 in a situation now because of the Hunters situation. But you have that. Then you will have, of course,
either Metroid 2, the original, or Samus Returns, the 3DS remake.
I'll go with Samus Returns because again, Metroid 2, you get it on the 3DS eShop, but again, it's a retro head style. It's not many music. It's very atmospheric. The screen is super big. You'll feel kind of weird if you don't know what you're doing, and you'll get lost easy. For those people, me, I had no problem with that, and I enjoyed it because that was my first game ever. Was that Metroid for the Game Boy? Return of Samus 2. After that,
Super.
Then you have Super.
Which is on the Switch.
Yeah. After that, you have Super Metroid. And after Super Metroid, you have Other M. After Other M, then you have Fusion. And Fusion is before Dread. Now, like I said, yeah, you can put Federation Force in between there. Like I said, in between, like, more on the back end of like Super Metroid into Other M situation because more of the Federation takes over more. But that again, the story is. Oh yeah, I have a question for you, Addison. I do have a question for you that I wanted. If you want it, I know you would like it. That's off the cast. Off the cast.
Okay, hush. I get you.
So right now, like I said, am I gonna buy the Switch? Yes, OLED. I have it on pre-order. Again, I'm doing this. I'm not those kind of crazy person who can like different color switches. Funny enough to hear Mr. T when I was listening to the podcast, Mr. T like, I don't need to have it because whatever. But he got all the different variations of the Nintendo 64 color. I'm like, well, you know what? Twist your I'm not knocking it. Just funny how you say it. That's just how I think.
What I find more ironic, him and a lot of those guys were also saying how they wanted more variations of the Wii U. They're like, people are weird.
They are. They're very weird. Okay, so with that said, here's my before we go to the Steam then, let's talk about this. This is why I said this. You get the OLED screen. You already have it. You already have the form factor. You have the new look. You know everything. This will make it a very simple step just to change out now the hardware to bump it up. Is it gonna pump it up to like a Steam Deck? No, but can it bump it up bump it just enough to keep up with third parties for the other consoles so they could port the games over. That's all it needs to do.
Yeah, doesn't have to go too far because we're still getting games for the PS4.
Yeah. And with the OLED screen, it makes it easy that this could pop up to a 1080p. And in dark mode, we could do maybe, again, you could go up into 1440p. You don't need 4K. But if Nintendo want to switch, like I said in my video, if Nintendo could put the dock extension in here and juice it up, and that could get to your 4K. And then all you gotta do is if you bought the OLED right here, you could just sell the dock like how the Steam Deck is doing the dock. I just sell the dock and I just take the OLED, I just put it into the Steam Deck. And they do that. Like that could be a situation that make it very easy.
Yeah.
So
we're talking about a console where people spend money just to buy the box. So there'll be another way to just rake in the money.
So this I see is the version 3, but I see the version 3 could be easily kicked into the Switch Pro or the Switch 2. I can really see that.
Like a stopgap.
Yeah. Right, and the cost of being in the next console. We'll see it. So speaking of that, let's go over to the Steam Deck. Now, in the video that y'all gonna see, so you're gonna see it. I'm gonna put this afterwards. Like I said, you know what? I welcome the Steam Deck. No, not in the way as people call it. Now they're like, oh, this is gonna be competition
for the
Switch. The Switch killer, or this is competition for the Switch. Wrong on both ends. I'm sorry, just wrong on both ends. No, I'm not going that route. But me, I know what I'm going to use this for. That's why I said would I buy it. Now, it has its problems. I'm not against the thing. I'm not against
Me neither. Me neither. Everything has a right to exist.
Yeah.
But yes, everything has its own ups and downs.
Yeah, but I think what Valve is doing, which is smart, they have a market. They're doing a market right now that's needed. Now, the PC elitists, they're not gonna care about this, unless they're one of those PC elitists who have that retro vibe in them. Because you know why I see this? Let's knock out the flaws. The problem with this is this.
It's not going to be. You're not going to be able to play the latest Crisis game mode or whatever on the highest settings.
That's one. So let's not do that. Two. Majority of these AAA games have the crazy freaking installs. So I'm telling you right now, if let's say you got an SD card situation, yes you do, but you're gonna have to buy so many SD cards. It's a joke. At least some of the cartridges are in switches, whatever. But you can buy so much SD cards because again, what was it? Final Fantasy was 111 gigs. Call of Duty was 120. It's like, and in some games that start out at 50 gigs, but after all the patches and mixtapes, the problem. Hell, Cyberpunk 2027. Holy crap! But all the patches in that game, you're gonna eat up all this stuff. Now, here's the thing: if I was gonna buy one, I would have buy the 529 or the 260, which is crazy money. So I'm waiting. I'm not gonna jump to that at all. But I will say this: if they can switch the NVMe, that will be a game changer. I'll admit that. It still ain't gonna help the situation, but it'll be better than nothing. If I could open a console and put in another VMME, so I could buy me a 1 terabyte, 2 terabyte, just get it over with, that would be cool. But I've heard that they basically saw the most of it. That's me going off of what people were saying, and I think they did because of how the form factor is. But we'll wait and see. And I'm not gonna say it, but if it was a swappable NVMe, yes, that would be better. And NVMe is not that big; it's just like a little gum stick hard drive. Technology has come a long way, so I'll admit to that.
It could be like what they wanted to do with the Steam boxes, where you can switch in and out parts as you please.
Yeah, I hope it does. I'm not saying anything. I hope it does. I hope it does. And of course, with the whole power, everything, you look at the screen. The Steam Deck no compromise thumbsticks. Yeah. Let's wait until it comes out. People have said that all over the time. PlayStation 5 said that, and they have drifts in their sticks too. So let's not pretend this is it's not a Nintendo thing, okay? Xbox has it, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5 have it, and the Switch has it. And I want it to be whatever, but we'll see. But here's the honest reality of this, like I said. So you see that's the problem there. That's one problem. The cloud thing, which is Nintendo has the same problems too. I don't like that. That's another problem. And then you have the dock. We don't even know what the dock price is. It could boost it. We'll see. But if to be honest with you, you know why I will get this in the future? This will be a cool retro gaming pad. That's the only way.
Yeah, because there is a lot of classic games you can get on PC that you could play on this thing.
Exactly, and you can get them at cheap prices because Steam does do some great sales.
Or if you're like us, you probably got some of those games already on the library.
Yeah, but again, I could go back and I could play Sonic Adventure 1 and 2 without no problem, or Sonic Generations. I don't have the physical for that. I don't. It's Sonic Generation.
Yeah, I got those three.
I could get me Hades, put it on there for the indie games like that, like a retro indie game handheld. That I could see this for. That's why I see it as. That's why I would buy it for. Not for those AAA games or nothing. So I could play like I said. So I could play Tales of Arise. Oh, Tales of Arise. Okay, I could play that.
I wonder if Valve realizes the market that it could do with this. I know we know some PC guys, elitists, master races, whatever.
Masturbators.
Already, yeah, PC masturbators who already wrote this thing off. You know, well, the Steam boxes didn't do too good. Why get a Steam controller when you just get an Xbox controller? But this thing actually has some potential there.
It does.
Just for the retro market.
Yeah, that's what I look at it as. And they're giving up dev kits, so I could see them creating games that's exclusive to this console. And you would need that. That's why it would never beat the Switch. The Switch has exclusive library, which is Nintendo games. That's why you would never beat. That's why it's never gonna be a Switch killer. Because you ain't gonna get no Mario, no Smash, all that stuff. So let's stop playing. Now people gonna try to emulate the crap out of it and do it like that. Go ahead, do what you want to do. Y'all gonna do that.
That's actually like a big reason a lot of people have said that they're getting it. You know, to use emulation to get back at Nintendo and their business practices or something. Emulate everything. Yeah.
Go ahead. It's their account. They could do it. They could go ahead with that. It's annoying, but I get it. So, but yes, it is a situation where they could do that. But again, and like I said, I have my reservations. You know, I like what it looks like. I like that the thumbsticks are simultaneous like the Wii U gamepad, because that's where I like it. I like it in the same spot. D-pad looks a little wonky. A and B look a little wonky from my point of view because I hate them when they're close together. I like them nicely spread out. I don't like them when they're very close together. The R button, R1, R2, of course, they're analog. So if you're playing a racing game, you have that, you know, whatever. That doesn't work for me, but I get it. It's all right. And again, people keep on saying that. Like, remember, I showed in the video. They're like, oh, the battery life, blah, 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 is Switch and stuff. Like, no, the Switch uses less power than these things. Than this thing. It literally said so. And again, when you play your AAA games, even if you're playing it on low, whatever, it's gonna eat up that process and the power, no matter what anybody says. That's why they specifically said you get 7 to 8 hours if you're just doing web searching or using 2D games. Yeah, that's so crazy. But anything else above that, you're gonna zap the power.
Of course.
So, but like I said, you have a Steam account. You go and get some. You get some Steam sales, Christmas time, whatever. Like, oh wow, I could get. Like I said, there's some games out there I just never had, and excuse me, I could buy.
You get a bunch of Dreamcast games on it. You could get Rayman Origins or 2D games like that.
I'll give a good example. One of the games I don't have is a game that I would like to play is the. Now I forget the game. Battle Arena Overdrive, whatever the game that I like was to beat 'em up. It was a fighting game. Like I could get a fighting game version of that. That was the original game. I'll be cool. And put it on there.
Yeah.
So most, like I said, retro games or indie games. They might get, like I said, I would like to see they got exclusives on there. I'm not lying. I would like to see they get exclusive to sell this thing as well. But as Anderson said, there's most of the people going to use it for the emulating machine and all kind of stuff. And the bad part about it as well too is these things are out. Like you're going to try to reserve it. The availability is 2000. Q2. Like no, I'll wait. You gotta wait until after Q2. Of 2022. Too far out. But again, we'll see what happens. And these prices are. It is again. If the like I said, because again, it's the same graphics card, same everything, the same setup already in all three, except for the fastest cube and more blah blah blah. if the NVMe cannot be swappable, then the price is just really ridiculous. I most will buy the 520 and just kept and go from there.
Yeah, don't go too crazy.
Yeah,
I can't remember
the 491, the 499 one. No, that's not worth it to me.
I wonder. I gotta check. I know there's some classic King of Fighters games on Good Old Games, but I gotta see if they're on Steam. Also, I'm not sure if it could maybe handle some of the new fighting games out there, even though they're 2D. But if it could, then hey, more power to it.
Yep. Oh well, just a thought. So
Yeah.
that's it. This is just mostly our thoughts about it. I wish other people was here. We had Doc in or whatever, but it is what it is.
If I could give one more thought, I gotta ask, why does everything always have to be a killer? Why can't it just be in its own thing?
It's just because people just love competition. Or like you know from the radio show that I do, tribalism. Always
As I said,
tribalism. Human nature.
Yep.
Human nature. So, like I said, with that said, I hope you guys again is out there. Like I said, I'm not. Me and Nancy just heard we're not against the concept. We're not against it. It's just not. It's not gonna be a switch killer. It's not gonna be the end all be all. But it's gonna fill a market. It is gonna fill a niche market. That niche, but it could make good money off of it. It could make good money off of this.
So, yeah, I have to upgrade the space on my computer one of these days, but I wouldn't mind having one of those to, clear some space up, play my 2D games on that thing instead of the computer.
Get you, yeah. That's what I'm saying. So, hey, it is what it is. But but being that this what it is you know why I always state there's no perfect games out there. What's perfect to you is not perfect to me. What's perfect to me is not perfect to you. Simply enjoy your games on all consoles, including PC and the Steam Deck. Yeah, hey, enjoy it, be all good, and that's what we talk about. I'll catch y'all next time. Peace out.
Peace.